This next segment, this one right here is going to be extraordinary. Excellent. And that's all. I'm done saying that now. This is Nicole Campbell from Pedal Pusher, and she has some great ideas using eggs. I mean, at Easter time, this is great, but they're not dyed.
No.
They're used in these designer arrangements.
It's very organic, very natural. I like this look for this year because, you know, it's still snowy and kind of the spring colors to me. I don't know if I guess I'm just not quite ready yet. So I liked this more kind of natural, organic color palette.
I love it. I love it. Okay, should we start at this end?
Yes.
Okay.
This is one of my favorites. So this is a topiary. We've just used the pussy willows, which you can see here.
Okay.
And bear grass. And we just bundled them all together with wire. So it stood up perfectly straight. You can see the wire on the stem. And then we've taken some eggs that we Sharpied spots onto.
You did not. Those are fake spots?
Yes.
You used a brown Sharpie?
We used a brown Sharpie.
I thought they were real.
Nope.
Very good job.
Glued the eggs in there, added some feathers, just really natural and textured, and give some height.
Let's go to this one right here next to it. The pussy willows are glued on there.
Glued on. We individually pulled the little pussy willows off the branches and used them to give kind of that swirling. I think it's just a beautiful texture on there.
Yeah, so you could take a basket you already have and then make a design.
It just makes it a little more interesting.
I love it. A couple of egg shells in there too. What about this guy here?
This is using a topiary frame. If you're anything like me, you've probably had a couple houseplants that you bought that were on those beautiful topiary frames and then they met an unfortunate demise at home. But I always save the frame. So it makes a cool structure to just add some fresh flowers into. So you've got this height already there, and it does a lot of the work for you that you've just got like 5 tulips and a little Dusty Miller, and it's good. And then we just did a couple curls of the birch bark to give some, again, that more organic texture, and I love that gray color.
I really like what you've done with the votives here with the moss and the feathers in there.
Yep, and we just halved the eggs, emptied them out, cleaned them out, did the little candles inside. I learned a valuable lesson in coming here today, and that is that you have to keep your little tea lights in the little metal cups. I took some out of the cups, and then when they burned, they dropped through into the bottom of the egg. So,
so keep them in the silver cups.
Exactly.
Okay.
That holds the wax in place.
Right here in front, that's darling.
Yeah, that's 3 little eggshells. They're held together by hot glue. It's the, you know, just put a little dot of hot glue on the side of the egg, hold them together, they hold themselves upright. We broke a few little succulents off of some plants that we had at the shop, a few little tucks of feathers, and I just love those colors together.
So cute. All down the middle of a table would be cute.
You could do as many as you want.
These giant eggs you used?
Yep, these are emu eggs, which are really similar to ostrich eggs. They're super thick shelled, and when you use a Dremel tool, you can scratch into that shell and you get that color variation.
Unbelievable.
Super cool. I can't take credit
gorgeous.
for that. Barbie did that. She has more patience than I do, but they're amazing.
Way to go, Barbie. Okay, and moving on.
These are little muscari, little grape hyacinths that you'd see outside.
Yes.
They were planted in soil. We have them for sale that way, but I actually took the soil off, rinsed them all off, and used them in a glass bowl, so you see the bulbs, you see the roots. It's that very organic sort of feel.
Don't hide the roots.
Roots are beautiful.
I know we've got 3 more, but I want to get to this.
Yes.
This is so cool.
You know how I love branches. Anything that adds that height and airiness, great if you're doing a buffet style presentation of food. And then again, little eggshells cracked in half, and then we used little blossoms in them of the ranunculus and the scabiosa. And then some we covered with feathers on the outside, so they'd be great to put a couple like little chocolate eggs in or have a little fun with that, so that there's little hidden treasures in them.
How did you get the string on there and the wire to hold them up?
We learned, after a few broken eggs, we learned that you have to crack your egg, clean it out, and then go from the inside out, poke through with a pin, because the inside has that little membrane kind of in there, and that helps hold the shell together. So even if you get a little fracture, it still stays put, and then you can just thread your twine or your ribbon through it.
I love all these ideas. So cool. You can find Nicole at Pedal Pusher in Green Bay, and we will have all that information for you on our website, fox11online.com. Click on Good Day Wisconsin. Thanks, Nicole.
Thank you.
Speaking of it not feeling like